Unlawful detainer. How to complete an answer. If you are served with a summons and complaint in an unlawful detainer case, also known as an eviction case, you must file responsive papers with the court if you want to protect your rights. The most common responsive filing is the answer, unlawful detainer, Form UD 105. There is a deadline to file your answer. How much time you have to file your answer depends on how you were served. Add this link to your browser to review the methods of service video. You will need the summons, Form SUM 130, complaint, Form UD 100 and mandatory cover sheet and supplemental allegations, Form UD 101, to help you complete your answer. Sometimes, the plaintiff will use pleading paper which is not a court form, and it will look a little different, but the same information will apply. Completing captions on the first page. In this box, print your name, address, phone number, and email address. Also, write self-represented in the space next to attorney for. Completing the court's address. Fill in the court's address as shown. Completing the party information. Fill in the plaintiff and defendant information. For example, on the summons, Form SUM 130, the parties' names are listed at the top of the form. On number 3, write the names of the parties as listed beside plaintiff and defendant. Filling in the court case number. Find the court case number located at the same location on the complaint Form UD 100 and write the entire case number in number 4. The names of defendants filing the answer. Write in your name here. If there are multiple defendants named in your case, write in the names of the defendants who wish to file a joint answer with you. By not completing their own separate answer, this means that each defendant will be sharing the same legal arguments made in the joint answer in defending their own eviction. A filing fee, or a fee waiver application, is required for each defendant who signs the joint answer. Please note if the answer is filed jointly among several defendants who are also filing fee waiver applications, all fee waiver applications must be granted for the answer to be filed. If one fee waiver application is denied, the entire answer is rejected. And that means that no one has filed an answer. More information regarding the fee and fee waiver can be found at the end of this video. The denial section. The plaintiff must show that they have taken all steps required to be able to start the eviction case against you. Information regarding those steps is recited in the complaint, Form UD 100 and mandatory cover sheet and supplemental allegations, unlawful detainer, Form UD 101. If you disagree with something the plaintiff wrote in the forms, you must state them in your answer. On number 2, you will mark either 2A or 2B. Look at number 19C on page 4 of the complaint. If the amount is under $1,000, check 2A, the general denial. If it is over $1,000, then check 2B, the specific denial section. Number 2A is a general denial where you are telling the court that you generally deny each statement of the complaint and the mandatory cover sheet and supplemental allegations. Number 2B allows you to make specific denials about statements made in the complaint and mandatory cover sheet and supplemental allegations. In these forms, the plaintiff is stating how they have complied with all legal requirements to start the lawsuit. Below the subheading, Specific Denials, in bold, is a statement, defendant admits that all the statements of the complaint and of the mandatory cover sheet and supplemental allegations, unlawful detainer, Form UD 101, are true except. This is a reminder that if you do not have any denials to make, that you are admitting that all the information provided by the plaintiff in those two forms are true and correct. The specific denials of each statement in the complaint. Read through the complaint line by line and list which numbers from number 1 to number 19 have information that you know is false. If you see any statements made that are false, write that number in the space provided under 2B1A. If you are unsure that a statement is true or false, you will write the number on the form below the space provided in 2B1B. If you need more space, use the court form MC 025 and title it as suggested. Attachment title will always be the number you are answering. You can find the form online at this site. The specific denials of statements made in the mandatory cover sheet and supplemental allegations, unlawful detainer. Mark 2B2A if the mandatory cover sheet and supplemental allegations was not given to you at the time you were served. If you were served the form, read through it line by line. Item 2B2B is no longer applicable, so you can skip it. If you see any statements made that are false, write that number in the space provided under 2B2C. If you are unsure that a statement is true or false, you will write the number on the form below the space provided in 2B2D at the top of the next page. Filling in party names and captions. Put the party names and case number at the top of pages 2 to 5 whether or not you fill in anything on those pages. Legal defenses and objections. The plaintiff must prove that they properly terminated your tenancy. In this section, you will be able to challenge the allegations in the complaint using the legal defenses and objections listed from 3A through 3V. Affirmative defenses are legally accepted reasons why you should not be evicted. If you have a legal defense, you may be able to prevent your eviction. If you are not sure if a defense applies to you, it is generally safer to check the box so that the judge will consider it. Your case will be stronger if you include affirmative defenses with your answer. Read each defense carefully from 3A through 3V and mark the defense that applies to you. Facts to support applicable legal defenses. For each legal defense you marked, you must provide facts to support why that defense applies to you in number 3W. Other statements. If you already moved out, write the date you moved out in number 4A. If you believe that the fair rental value of the premises is excessive, mark number 4B and explain below, or if you need more space, use Form MC 025. If you would like to share any other information that has not been brought up in the answer thus far, you can write it in number 4C. Defendant requests. Number 5A requests that the court find you to be the prevailing party. Number 5B requests that if you had to pay your filing fee or any costs incurred relating to this case, that you be awarded that money back. Mark number 5C if you hired an attorney and your written contract provided for you to be awarded the attorney's fees. If your legal defense was that the plaintiff violated the contractual promise to provide a habitable premise, mark 5D to ask the court to order the plaintiff to make repairs and correct the violative conditions and to reduce the monthly amount of rent to a reasonable rental value until the conditions are corrected. All other requests. Mark number 5E and specify in the space provided all other orders you would like the court to grant you. Number of attachments. If you will be attaching any attachments such as evidence, photographs, statements, etc., count all the pages and write the number of pages in number 6. Unlawful detainer assistant. If you hired an unlawful detainer assistant, mark the box, dig, and complete sections 7A through 7F. If you completed your forms by yourself, mark the first box, did not, and print your name and sign below. All defendants whose names appear on number 1 on page 1 will need to print and sign this section. If there is not enough space, simply draw on a line for each printed name and each signature. Verification. Date, print your name, and sign below the verification section. All defendants whose names appear on number 1 on page 1 will need to print and sign this section as well. If there is not enough space, simply draw on a line for each printed name and each signature. Court filing fee. As mentioned earlier, there will be a filing fee. To find out what the filing fee will be at the time of your filing, review the fee schedule posted on the court's website. If you wish to ask the court to waive the court fees, submit a fee waiver application at the same time you file your answer. The fee waiver application can be found here. Amending your answer. As mentioned before, to protect your rights, you need to file within the deadline. If you are running out of time, file the answer with the current information that you have within the deadline. You can then file an amended answer to make changes to your answer within 10 calendar days. Next steps. A copy of the answer will need to be served by mail to the plaintiff or plaintiff's attorney by someone over the age of 18 and not a party to the case. The server will then need to complete the proof of service, Form POS 030. You will need to file this form with the court. Filling out your forms online. The Odyssey Guide and File Interview program can assist you with filling out your forms electronically. To use this program, go to the self-help page. Scroll all the way to the bottom and select Unlawful Detainer. Once the forms are created, you will be able to print out your forms to file with the court. Free legal resources. If you need assistance with your case or need help with your forms, the following groups may have services that can assist you. Community Legal Aid SoCal, Public Law Center, Asian Americans Advancing Justice, OC. Additional resources. The California Judicial Branch has posted helpful eviction process information for tenants. Go to this website. At the bottom of the page, select the eviction process for tenants for information about the eviction process step by step. Now you know how to complete an answer.